Actually, I think he ran from the officer because of the fact that he was being tased.
Whose car was he driving?
Well, Don, the information we have regarding the car, it was his car he had recently purchased. There are witnesses, and the officer said he did run from the vehicle initially. And even if that is true, that doesn't result in the death penalty. Running from an officer doesn't result in the death penalty.
When did you guys receive the video, and what, if anything, can you tell us about the person who shot that video?
We can't exactly comment on the origin of the video just yet. The person who filmed it will be available at some point coming up, but the person who filmed the video is a hero. Many times in this country we see things and we may film it or take a picture of it, and we don't turn it in to the police or let them know what's going on. We don't give it to the family who has been wronged, and this person stood up. Like we all need to stand up for things.
Anthony, do you believe that the officer would have been charged without this video?
I believe with the wounds that were found on my brother, they couldn't say anything but murder, being shot from the back, like the way that he was.
Do you think that race played a role in this?
Don, we can't get into the brain of another individual, so we can't state that, and I think it would be irresponsible to say that and try and inflame a community or anything of that nature. What we do know is what happened was reprehensible, no matter what color he was. To be shot down like a dog in the back as you're running away is terrible, no matter what color you are. In this situation, he was African American, and violence against African Americans and any minorities, that does need to stop.
The reason I ask is because in the press conference, Anthony, you said that you don't believe someone should be shot because of the car they were driving or because of the color of their skin, and that's why I wondered if you thought race may have played a role on this. And I certainly understand your thinking. But Anthony, tell me about your brother. What kind of person was he?
Yeah.
He was outgoing, loved everybody, very known in the community, and got along with everybody. All the family loved him, and his kids loved him. He brought together his unit well, and even he had adopted into his family other children as well.
In the police reports, Chris, it says that he didn't comply, that he was running away from the officer, that he tried to take the taser. Now he is being charged with murder, a felony which carries a penalty upon conviction of 30 years to life in prison. Do you think that he was fighting back against the officer, that he was not complying?
I believe that even if he wasn't complying by running away from an officer, the eyewitness clearly has stated to us that at no point did Mr. Scott punch the officer, push the officer, attack the officer. He didn't touch his taser at all. And the witness, not only the video shows that, but the witness, that's why the witness got upset, is he said he wasn't even trying to get the taser or punch the officer. And when he ran away, he was shocked when the officer just started shooting him because Mr. Scott hadn't